The theme of MIXX this year is Fueling Interactive Advertising's Creative Revolution. Why is creativity so important to interactive?
Well, I think creativity is just important from a really simplistic point of view. It's what captures consumers' attention. It's what we all respond to. If something is compelling creatively, then we get involved. So it's the most critical thing we can get right.
Everyone's saying how the role of marketers, agencies, and publishers has shifted in recent years and in many instances even merged. How has this changed your job?
Gosh, it's changed, I think, marketers' jobs everywhere, where to start. So even from a communications standpoint, PR is run so differently than it was 5 years ago. Really, they're part of the media mix, part of the journalism community. We're all blogging, talking about our opinions, so it's so gray what everybody's doing. And then from a marketing perspective, it's the age of accountability, right? Creative matters, but it's also combined with science. What is the measurement system? What is the statistical answer? How can you mathematically look at your audience and see the trends and forecast the future? So, I mean, I think it's changed dramatically. It's an exciting part of the job because you get to really reinvent what it means to do marketing and to be a marketeer.
Can you tell us what you think is important about MIXX and the IAB's role in the interactive industry?
Sure. I'm kind of a newbie to the industry, so from my perspective, looking at what the IAB does and meeting with Randall and understanding how you're organized, I think it is such an important function to bring thought leadership together, for the industry to collaborate, to share ideas, to make decisions together. So from a newbie's perspective, I think it's really important.
What is the single most compelling trend in interactive media? And I recognize it's a tough question.
What's the single most compelling trend in interactive media? You know, I think I'd actually turn that question around and say, to me, the most compelling trend is always what do consumers want? What are they looking for? What's on their minds? I mean, look at what we found with how the economy has changed over the last couple of years, and consumers have really gone back to the basics. Importance of family values and traditions, and really kind of hunkering down, saving money, being more focused on how to be prudent and realistic. And that affects how consumers feel about how they buy products, how they interact, what they do in the community, how they volunteer their time for charitable contributions. So to me, I would just take it back to what's going on in the world and how do people feel about what's going on in the world.
What's the most important brand proposition for Yahoo?
For Yahoo, the most important brand proposition is that we connect with our consumers about what matters to them most. So each individual has different needs and wants from the web, and we recognize that. So we want to make sure that their experience with us brings the best of the web to them, whether it's on Yahoo or somewhere else on the net.
In a world with so many priorities and constantly shifting priorities, how do you remain focused, both professionally and personally?
That's a good question and a tough one. I always feel like in my life, time is my enemy because there's so much that you want to do. But I absolutely recognize doing 1,000 things imperfectly and not doing them well is way worse than picking a couple things you want to make a difference in. So that's what I try to do, whether it's in my personal life with my kids, what are the things that we really want to accomplish together or do together and spend time together and try to set those expectations up front, or whether it's in the professional world, which is how do you get the team to be on the same page so we can accomplish something that's really big and that we feel proud of. So I think ruthless prioritization is really important, and stick with it. You got to stick with it.